Yeah, now recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, last time what happened? Who can tell me?
I can't.
Avon's
I can
got some
tell a
fucking
partial
amazing-
bit of what happened, but I'll leave that for people who were here for the entire thing.
I just want to point out, Avon helped me catch up with his notes, and they're friggin' amazing. It's like
Yeah.
a light novel quality of storytelling.
Yeah,
and
Avon's
notes.
It's
dedicated. I am humbled. I admire that.
I
Oh.
take the really fucking brief, this is the name, this is what they do, bullet points. And this dude's writing a mini story for each episode. It's great.
Well, that's
He's
the
writing
one.
a
I wouldn't
thesis
say
story.
each episode. Last episode was kind of. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take good notes. So,
Yeah, but they were good. So
I mean, it's a lot of text. I can just skim over it. I can just post the text like I did with Atlas, but
I think it's for
Just
voice.
like a brief summary for from last session will be fine.
all right. We stop. We come to a crossroads, and Siren asks Granka to see if we can find a place for them to camp for the night. The forest seems safe, or is it? Dun 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 dun. And we continue on down a path. Granka scouting ahead, and we come across a blockage of trees within the path. Siren, expecting an ambush because this is what someone who's going to set up an ambush would do, goes on high alert, asks Grunka to kind of see what he can do in regards to being the stealthy little goblin he is. Balthazar lights a torch, almost blinds Grunka.
or Grunka.
Grunka goes out to scout ahead. Sao and Siren look over the trees, come to a conclusion through Sao's expert perception that they were indeed placed across the path by something that is very, very huge. There is also a riderless horse that is nearby, and we find cracks that lead up the hill deeper into the forest. Through some discussion and some talk about dirty clothing, we managed to get everybody prompt and ready to follow Grunka down the path. We go in, we're traveling through the forest in a while. Siren and I think it was Sao hear a lot of sounds, some kind of disconcerting sounds in the distance. We continue going forward, and just as Siren's like, hey, we should probably just leave this stranger be and just head back because this doesn't sound good. Like, the kind of creatures that make this sound aren't creatures we want to mess with. And as if a greater power has a sense of dramatic timing, a man comes through, like running through the forest, and it's just like trolls in the dungeon, and he runs on. And it's at that point in time we happen to spy two large walking trees, but wait, no, they're not trees, they are legs. And the rest of the body disappears up into the canopy. Chaos ensues. Nero almost dies. That's the sound she was making when she got bit into. And she falls to the ground, lifeless. Siren and Balthazar get pissed at that. Grunk is attacking with the club. Sao primes bombs. The stranger flashes lantern light, blinds the troll who starts stumbling back. People are grabbing Nero to retreat. Balthazar brings Siren with, despite her general unease with leaving an enemy like that alive. Siren happens to summon her first undead in combat. Battle continues. Sao climbs up the giant, plants a bomb by one of his 3 heads, and lets that go. Falls down and is picked up by the giant and is also chomped. she falls to the ground. The fall doesn't kill her, but knocks her unconscious. The rest of us are like, fuck this shit, and we keep going after the troll. Eventually, the stranger's like, yeah, y'all guys shouldn't do that. And as he keeps blinding the troll, who runs off into the forest. Defeated for now. We regroup. People are healed, brought back to consciousness. The gentleman, whose name was... I have it. Hans Ingolf, a troll hunter.
Very true.
Discusses. There you go. Discusses the nature of the troll and how they grow more heads when they're older. But this one also seems to have some form of troll rabies. That's something we're going to have to make sure that the 2 people who were bitten have shots for. But for now, we're just going to... we're just kind of chilling in Hans' kind of underground bunker, which smells really bad. Really bad, and of trolls, because that's what keeps them away. And that's kind of where we left off.
So,
I think we were sleeping. We were about to.
not currently sleeping. No. For those who are joining us today from their absence last week, I'll briefly kind of re-describe Hans's kind of hovel here. Give me a moment.
Make sure I'm actually on the map.
Yes.
We had that problem last time.
Right. Is everyone on that screen? Yeah.
I am on Shadows over Malin Chapter 2.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
This is what I get for testing your sense, Steve.
Right, okay. Is everyone
Here we go.
off of the splash screen? And onto the image that was on the splash screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what?
I am not. No.
I still have shadows over Malin.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've got to drag you all one by one.
That's weird.
Okay. If you drag an individual player off, then they're separate. I think you can just drag their tab off of that, and then they rejoin players. I see this now.
Yep.
Okay. So
Jane,
everyone's on the same screen.
Nope. I'm still on the splash screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I be Jenner? Should I be seeing our grid tokens? The ones that you drew?
What you should be seeing is the room that is on the splash screen, but without the splash screen.
There we go. Yeah, I was there originally. I won't tell what I saw.
Oh. I see squiggles.
I see skulls.
I see squiggles
Yeah.
around skulls.
Yeah, welcome to the...
I see a cauldron.
Right. Let me briefly describe what you all see as you kind of enter into Hans's room. So Hans has led you down into this kind of quaint homely dwelling from the entrance of what looks like an abandoned mine shaft. It looks like it's been kind of redone into a temporary homely dwelling. It's small. 3 rooms at most, each only around 15 by 15 feet. Kind of low ceiling, about 7 feet high. One room has a few rudimentary beds in it. The main room you enter has a pot filled with some kind of stew that's been cooking while he's been out, as well as a table, few chairs, and there's also a storage room to the back. Again, the mention of the smell here. The first thing you notice, the very very pungent, familiar smell of troll. The same that you all encountered in the forest. And you can see tied up on the walls in various places in this this dwelling are large, kind of long, furry tails with like tufts on the tip. Some of them are skinned, some of them are fully intact. You also see a stove off to one side, and kind of cooking in the pan is this disgusting kind of slimy mixture of something. Various long brown hairs sticking out of its sickly yellowish green color. This was revealed to be what's called a troll stink, and Hans says, as some of you noticed, he says,
concentrated troll stink. It is a mixture of everything and anything you can squeeze out of a troll. Trolls tend to not like each other very much. They're very fiercely territorial animals. Depending on how much troll stink you put in one place, they'll either not smell you or stay far away from you. Sorry about the smell. I've probably gotten used to it over the years. Helps to permanently stink of troll when hunting them is your job.
Hmm.
and he goes on to
Saren's just holding her nose.
yeah.
Balthazar has like this intense like upper lip grimace, and he's like got his nose puckered. He's like, so you can just see the top layer of teeth.
It's a foul smell.
It smells worse in here than it did right next to that creature. Why do you do this?
Again, it does help to stink of the same creatures you're trying to fight. Helps you keep under their nose, so to speak. But anyway,
and he kind of gestures to Sao and Nero.
You who's limping somebody's arms.
I need you both on the table there. That is a very nasty bite. I need to prepare something to get rid of the infection and any disease that comes with it.
Sao just points to Nero and just goes, "You treat her first."
Very well.
Alright, and on the table, Nero is set.
Okay, and you watch Hans shed his coat, some of his chainmail. Just to describe Hans, for those who weren't here yesterday, you see
He has the face of a dead man.
Yeah, you see, there's it's this kind of this pale-faced man, a heavy kind of facial scarring, dirt and muck smeared across his cheeks, dark grey hair which kind of pales at the tips, ghostly white eyes. He's kind of as he's shedding off all this mail and this kind of leather. He's just in his kind of undercoat right now. You can also see what looks like the symbol of a crescent on his forehead. Like
A crescent?
Yes, a symbol of like this crescent shape on his forehead. And you watch him.
Is it similar to mine in any way?
It's not the same shape, but we're not sure the origins of it. And he kind of goes around back to the storage room. You hear rustling, clanking, and clinking of bowls and other things. For the meantime, you're all left to yourselves.
Sao is not really making a face because of the smell, but more because of the stinging of the bite. But she just looks at both Balthazar and Sarah and just goes, sometimes both of you really seem petty about simpler things like smell.
Siren just kind of looks in disbelief at Sao and just like removes her like fingers from her nose and like, there's no way that this smell is simple or could be categorized as such.
Besides, it is a well-known fact that demons have a more sensitive sense of smell. It is very true, only for the finer things though. And this kind of gestures about the room.
Yes, I can smell it too. It's not pleasant by any means, but seriously. The faces you make are off-putting.
The man knows that it smells. He made it specifically because it smells. I'm sure he understands our disgust.
He had the good sense to apologize for it. He knows it's not a pleasant thing. So why should we act like it isn't? It seems more insulting to him to lie about what he's already admitted, yes?
Eh,
Um,
it's bad, yes, I get it.
Hens? Hank? What was their name again?
Hans.
Ah, Hans! Hans.
Yes, Hans. What is it?
He's come back.
Your
No,
house smells
no,
Troll's ass. It is terrible. For this, I thank you.
No,
And then he turns and smiles.
he's only just around the corner. This kind of hovel that you're in. It's not large at all. You can see motion around the corner where it's kind of trying to mix around these bowls,
shit
various
around.
bowls, various herbs, spices, any sort of like alchemical implements.
Grunka will take the empty bottle that he had the potion in, and he's going to fill it with the troll stink and cork it up.
Oh dear. Okay. Fair enough. Hans is none the wiser.
Yeah.
You can also see, like, above the stove, this kind of large cabinet, and there's a lot of stink in there as well.
Nice. Sorry to interrupt. Quick note.
Yes.
Mhm.
Since obviously Vellum isn't going to be involved for a short while, I'm going to do some stuff in the background, but I'll still be able to hear. So just give me a
Sure thing.
yell whenever you need me. back
Okay.
to the computer, and then-
Quick note, so you know Vellum came in the cart with us. He was here
Mhm.
the entire time. He didn't
Yeah,
go
I
into the
didn't
troll
know
fight.
this.
You're
I
in
only
the
knew
hall.
about like the troll stuff that happened, not what Vellum's current position and what he was doing
In the
at
hovel.
time. So yeah. So am I involved to the point where I'm there, or what's the shtick here?
So you are currently in the hovel with the rest of the party.
Right. Okay. Good. Sorry, I thought this was sort of still part of their little mini adventure, because I'm not certain of the series of events that took place after they.
Yeah, you basically stayed by the cart while all of this happened,
Okay.
and then you came in when, you know.
Right. Carry on.
So
Siren is going to do a look over at Hans, kind of glancing around the corner. So, what is it that you're gathering?
Hans says,
It is a combination of various things I have picked up over the years when dealing with trolls. See, recently this outbreak of rabies, it's very strange. I've had to come up with a means to get rid of the infection. It's a strange combination of fraught with various funguses and conjuring it up into a small paste.
And as he comes back around, it says, hang on. Yeah. He comes back over with what looks like this kind of bowl of a sort of, well, paste. It has this sort of ashen green colour to it. And he says, he walks over to Neril.
They should lift out. They should lift out and kill any infection through the skin. But as any
Will it
disease,
hurt?
it will hurt. Yes.
Oh joy.
It will take out any disease before it takes root. It is going to sting a lot.
And with that,
Oh, I was just going to say she just braces herself.
yep. And with that, you watch him take out his finger and kind of smear this mixture over the wound on her side. This huge gash, and there's this strong scent of like medicinal mint, and then comes the cold burn. It's like pouring cold alcohol over a fresh wound.
Like
And you
icy
watch-
hot.
Oh yes, and it's
Except painful icy hot.
oh
I mean,
yes.
icy hot's painful whenever, depending on where you put it.
And you watch the paste begin to sort of bubble over the site of the wound, and it turns this pale, sickly yellowish green.
Why does it hurt so much?
The paste should harden over the next few hours and take any infection with it when it crumbles away. For now, you need to rest.
Just said and done.
He kind of nods and looks over to you, Xiaoyun.
So just takes off the makeshift bandage and just goes, let's get this over with.
He takes his middle and index finger, kind of scrapes out a few generous dollops of this kind of cold paste, and then it smears it over the wound, and it stings. Just almost like the whole nervous system along that side of your body seems to just this strong pang of pain just washes through your body, and it begins to and bubbles over the side of the wound, and again turns a pale, sickly yellowish green.
Sao's face is more reminiscent of a snarl than a grin, but she's sort of maintaining her quiet. Not
You
really.
look like me when I smell this room.
Sao just gives Balthasar this sort of this sort of look that just says, "And now you're saying that?"
Balthasar is in the moment trying his absolute best to stifle a very terrible smirk. He's just
Hang on.
You
Oh,
see the lips are kind of pursed and going wide. He's just. That looks incredibly painful.
It is.
Siren's just gonna kind of lean in and look at the paste as it does the thing. Kind of watching. Interested.
make a perception check.
Would this have killed them the very next day?
Nope.
No?
It doesn't look like any sort of herbal remedy that you've seen before.
And then nope was for me.
Ah.
Can Granka take a look?
You have to be cured just right now.
As muted. Can Granka take a look?
Sure.
Grunka's got the medicine skill. Maybe he can figure out what the fuck it is.
Actually, yeah. Make a medicine check. Actually, it's that'll be
Alright.
more relevant.
Actually,
So you do. I mean, because you have been sort of studying what you can from this rudimentary book of herbalism, supplies, various ingredients, remedies. The DC is a bit lower, albeit not by much since you haven't done much studying.
I don't, but I'm in pain.
Yeah, I don't think you can help.
That's why I say I would help, but I'm writhing in pain on the table.
I mean, you do get the smell of mint, so there's probably some sort of minty herb in there somewhere. That you also get the distinct smell of rotweed, but that's about it.
Granka will take a tiny bit on his nail and kind of put it on his tongue.
It tastes foul, absolutely foul. It's like a very again the same cold burn kind of overtakes your tongue.
How long does this last?
It should. The pain should fade away in about half an hour.
Half an hour?
It was a very, very bad bite. Once the pain fades away, just let the paste harden and then crumble off on its own. Then you can heal the flesh wound.
Just so it curls up on the table.
What happens to an individual who is not treated for this scroll? You said rabies?
Yes, this seems to be a unique strand of rabies that takes a hold of trolls. It does not normally transfer to individuals like your friend here. Normally, the only effects that happens with the infection that is transferred to what did you say your name was?
Looks to Nero.
My name's Neil. Nice to meet you. This sucks.
Say, if your friend Nero here did not get the treatment she needed, it is possible she would have been dead within the morning.
Oh, so it is within the morning.
Trolls are much hardier than your friend here, so they can take the disease.
I see. So it can kill within 1 day.
Yes.
It's very bad. But it is still just a normal disease.
From what I can tell, yes, it is seems to be a some sort of alteration of this disease. I'm not sure how. I intend to find out. But first, I intend to kill this troll before it gets any closer to the nearby town.
So I
Who's
just
that?
Mokni.
Sarah just perks up. Rarely do you see trolls of any kind wander close to settlements,
Yes.
let alone when they're this mad.
That is why I was hired for this job. To
Who
keep
hired
them in
you?
check.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Who hired you?
Well, I am a member of the Hunter's Keep. The Kinston Council employs me directly to keep tabs on local threats to settlements. Make sure no dangerous creatures wander too close to them.
No, we actually have an invitation to the Hunter's Keep.
Oh, really?
She pulls out like the scroll, like shows it, and like I guess the information on the front because it's unopened because we weren't to open it, and then just kind of puts it back.
Where did you get that little letter of recommendation?
From an individual named Sean. Very stealthy, very deadly with a crossbow.
I do know of this
Unnaturally
Sean.
so.
I know of this Sean. From what I heard, he's taken up residence in Morkley and is working with the local government. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So why did he give you that?
He deemed our skills and capabilities well enough to be invited in.
This wouldn't have to have any connection to the.
Giant bone kraken that we killed, yes.
So it is true.
Very much true.
Yeah. We killed a bone kraken. Ow. What's the talk?
We defeated the Bone Kraken on top of the fact that we also did away with, shall I say, its creators?
Partially did away.
Who are these
We-
creators?
Nathania and Julius, but it's a task for another day.
Yes, their names are not familiar to me. How much did you get paid for this, by the way?
We were paid in
Mm.
gold, magical items, and titles.
And a small island.
I suppose it can't compare to my job then. Its rewards. It's a shitty job. To be frank, I have no.
Okay.
I have no.
Let me guess, you get paid in the satisfaction of a job well done.
Well, one, I have no guaranteed safety. I don't get extra gold for the nights. Although I can't complain about the pay.
What kind of pay are we talking about?
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, right. So he Hans sort of goes on to explain. He says,
Well, averaging about 100 gold per pair of big troll toes. It's a job that needs doing. No one else at the Hunters Keep knows as much about trolls as I do. So I can't hand this contract over to someone else less experienced.
I feel like you should renegotiate your contract, my friend.
Glances to Siren.
Siren kind of like gives a small nod, but she again returns her attention back to Hans. Like, I feel like you should renegotiate your contract, friend. That seems far too little pay for the extreme danger you find yourself in quite frequently, I imagine.
I think
At least do it per head. That way you get more for the older ones.
I think there needs to be a change up in troll management.
What you need, my friend, is you need an apprentice.
Perhaps. Although training this apprentice would take quite some time. I've studied trolls all my life. Their territories, migration patterns, what they eat, their life cycles, you name it.
Of course, but I just mean to say, what happens once you are no longer able to hunt the trolls? All that knowledge dies with you.
hang on, sorry. I've just been brought tea.
Oh, hell yeah. It's always good to have a tea break.
Real quick question. What type of
Fucking
creature
Brits.
is a troll in this world?
Well, you could ask him.
Yeah, that's a good question.
A giant.
Why am I asking? I just need to know if it's considered
No,
fey,
no,
fiend, or undead.
I mean, you
And
got an
he's saying
expert.
that you don't know. Like, you asked the expert.
What kind of
you
creature
engage
is
with
a
him?
troll?
Trolls are just animals, predators. They eat, shit, mate, and devour everything they come across.
In
They-
that order?
Well, not quite that order, but it would not surprise me they are incredibly dim-witted. It's an amazing feat of nature that they've survived this long. Then again, how hard is it to survive when you can eat stone and rock?
Well, the dwarves seem to be able to do it, seeing as, well, now they can grow mushrooms on their heads.
It looks at you peculiarly, like it's yeah, it gives you a weird look.
It's a plump helmet.
Boom, pick down.
Who the fuck is that?
Echoes
Hey.
in the distance.
Pay that no mind. Just a little thing with our group.
Hans just sort of continues.
They ate all kinds of crap. It's funny. I saw one who tried to eat its own tail. Had its own head between its legs trying to wolf down as much of its own tail as possible. And it had swallowed most of it. Fell down and tumbled down the mountain like a wheel.
Huh. That's disturbing that so powerful a creature can be so dumb.
Like I said, it is an amazing feat of nature that they have survived this long.
My friend, you don't see that it's slightly odd, do you? That these incredibly foolish creatures are now intelligent enough to lay a trap.
I'm not sure what you mean by lay a trap. I've not known any trolls to lay traps in my time.
Balthazar will just look to Siren.
I
Kinda like-
think he means the trees that were laying across the path. It seems like it would be very much a method for ambush.
That was more than likely them stumbling into some trees and it happened to fall all over on the road. Than anything more substantial. Do not overestimate them. They are incredibly stupid.
I mean, it
But even some of the
seems-
stupidest creatures sometimes have a smart streak to them.
It also seemed like they were placed. It was too uniform to be accident.
Kind of ponders on this for a moment.
You said so yourself. You haven't quite seen trolls with this. These rabies-infested trolls seem like a new thing. Perhaps through some weird, malevolent twist of fate, it happens to increase their intelligence as well.
The rabies are making them smarter.
Perhaps. Though I wish not to delve on this thought for too long. I need to kill this troll tomorrow. Then can probably move on to investigate. Or I can move on to investigate. Sure, you and your caravan have more pressing matters to attend to.
Well, we do, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't help.
Plus,
So I don't want to.
we need time to heal properly.
That is fair. Well,
I would be very interested in actually seeking out this creature and in words with it. It has done to my friends.
well, if you are willing to kill this troll with me, out of thanks, I could possibly split the gold with you from this. A pair of Tusslad big toes alone would earn you around 110 gold. A Tusslad of this size might bump that up to 150 gold. But the likelihood of it being infected with this type of unusual rabies might drop
What
the
of these?
price.
So
How
go
about
ahead.
You keep the gold. You keep the gold. Do not worry about this. We were meant to meet with members of your guild anyway, so take this as a letter of good faith, though I would have a small favor to ask of you.
What is that?
Could I have its heads? I need something to impress a friend.
Oh, here we go.
What is it you're asking, if I might ask?
You keep the payment for the trolls, and I wish the head for trophies.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
You may keep the payment for the troll. I would seek its heads as a trophy.
Those are some very large troll heads. You will find it quite difficult to transport them.
Is it true? And I have a long way to go yet still. But there is a very important man in Dunhollow who needs proof that we are worth our metal. 3 heads of the same troll should do that.
They will be quite heavy. Normally when When trolls die, they petrify. You will be carrying around 3 large lumps of limestone with you.
Is it always limestone?
Yes.
Hang on, I've got notes here.
I smell a rose.
You see, the main problem for trolls is their bodies cannot physically handle sunlight. When exposed to strong sunlight, their bodies overreact. The stomach swells, and the gas is forced out through their digestive system and blood vessels. The pressure is enormous. Sometimes they explode, the younger ones at least. The older ones, they petrify. Their veins are too narrow for the expansion, so the expansion occurs in the bones. In a few seconds, they turn into limestone, are completely petrified. It is very painful for them. I try not to think of it.
You say this comes from the stomach.
Yes.
So if we were to perhaps cut the stomach out before it dies?
It kind of
Please
ponder-
don't make me go swimming in one. I've always swam through enough bodies.
You won't.
If you cut out, if you
If it would work.
if you gut the troll, would it not just die then and there?
You were to open its stomach first. Have the organs pulled out and remove them. It may bleed to death, but the organs that would petrify it are no longer there.
Well, see, this is only with the younger trolls. If we are dealing with a young troll, it would be the stomach you would need to cut out. If it's an older troll, then it would be the veins you would need to cut out.
Kind of scratches his chin for a moment, deep in thought. He starts kind of like looking at certain parts of his own arm, at the joints, and kind of scratching his chin. No. This complicates things greatly. I'd hoped for a suitable trophy for a dwarf.
To be fair, brother, dwarves do like stone.
Well,
Like
if
a
you
giant stone head might.
if you are planning to take these heads to Dune Hollow with you, there are certain excuse me. There are
Seems like you have some troll stink stuck in your throat. Do you drink it too?
no, God no.
It's like, holy shit, why would I do that? It's like, that's disgusting.
No, I'm not suicidal.
Yeah, continue.
The Hunter's Keep has facilities and people who are able to unpetrify certain body parts of a troll. It is natural. It is part of their job. If you simply show them the troll heads, I'm sure they will be more than happy to indulge you.
It would be something. No, Siren here brings a good point. The dwarves do like stone. Perhaps it could be an interesting gift as a limestone trophy. Heavy
Perhaps.
as it may be.
See, when it comes to the composition of the limestone itself, natural limestone formations have certain flaws that troll limestone does not. Even if you try to make, say, a troll head out of natural limestone, the flaws of the natural limestone would still be will still be present no matter how much you try to purify it. So I'm sure a troll head of limestone would be worth its weight in gold. If it is indeed a genuine troll head.
So that they can just see by the quality of the limestone. I like this idea more and more, brother.
Wow.
Bloody cat trying to get me dinner. Go away.
Say, Hans, since I'll be recovering here for a while, do you mind if I take a look at your land? It intrigues me with its effects.
Yeah, kind of glances over to the and you now notice this kind of off to the side of the storage area. You see 3 sun lanterns. And he says,
What, these?
Yes.
These are sun lanterns. The council gave me 3 of them when I started dealing with the troll threat. They are useful in a pinch when fighting creatures sensitive to sunlight, if you can even get the blasted things to work half the time.
I'm
But-
sure Sal could.
But if you wish to take a look at them, be my guest. Just do not break them, is all I ask.
I will not break anything. I merely wish to examine. And yes, I will be careful. As Sao is recovering, she's gonna cast Identify on them.
right, okay, I've got the handout here.
Sweet.
Now you know how to make them.
There you go. So, as Sal's doing this, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I wish to know more about trolls.
Dollar signs in my eye.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that.
Gunker's probably just gonna sit down and bring out Webby and feed him.
So, what is it you would like to know about trolls? I am an open book.
Well, basically just basic info. How tall they tend to be, how long they live, classification if they have any.
Well, I did tell you about the different species of trolls, the different groups. There are the
Sorry, I've got to find the notes again. Yeah.
So, the thing that bit you, my friend, that was a Tussalat. It is a type of forest troll native to the Arbor Vale. I did tell your friends about this, but you may have probably been a bit too drowsy with the pain to take notice, which is fine. See, you have your 3 main groups. There are the forest trolls, the mountain trolls, and the swamp trolls. They each have their own species. The forest trolls have the Tussalad, the Rimtussa. There are the mountain trolls, the which are the Dovregubben, the Jotnar, and are the swamp trolls. The Ringelfinch, the Harding. They are normally found to the far west, the Arnsgate walls. As for age, it depends on the trolls, honestly. On average, the Tusselad lives for around 800,000 years.
Huh?
Pregnancy,
Oh boy.
pregnancy happens over 10 to 15 years.
Jesus Christ.
They are long-lived, trolls are.
That's a really long time.
The longest living of
Has-
them, probably, that would be the Jotnar. Known to live to 1,500 years.
Wait, how long did you say?
The Jotnar, they live up to 1,500 years.
Oh. So. Oh, okay. Oh, man. I heard. You said 800 to 1,000. I thought you said 800,000.
No.
Okay. Okay,
He says
that
That
makes
was
more
supposed to be
sense.
800,000.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and I was just
no,
like,
sorry,
holy
sorry.
shit, what?
He said that the Tusselad live up to 800 to 1,000 years.
Okay, yeah, I misheard that, and I was like,
No.
has the world
Yeah,
like,
I
have
heard
they
8,000
even
as
existed
well.
since then? Like,
Good
they just,
lord.
like they would just be immortal. Like the world hasn't existed. Like,
No. No, and then he went on to say that the Jotnar, they live up to 1,500 years.
yeah, okay,
800.
1,000. What?
Jesus,
That's what I
Jesus
heard.
Christ!
Like, they live to be 800,000 years. I was like, what?
Troll
It's like
gods.
Yeah, it's
Troll
like 800.
gods.
Yeah, I was like
800
800.
to
Oh, that's
1,000.
older than demons. And then you said 1,000. I was like 800. That what the fuck?
And yet they're still dumb as shit and eat rocks.
Yep.
And their own tails.
Siren kind of questions like, you said they eat rocks. Do they eat limestone? Is it cannibal trolls?
Well, he did
Trolls.
say that one troll tried to eat its own tail, so
Some trolls
I would
are.
assume.
Some trolls are cannibals, yes. Especially the Ringelfinch, which is why those trolls tend to be isolationist by nature. The Dovregubben, they hunt in packs.
Ugh. Are the Trollmanngrüben as large as the mountain troll, or as the forest troll that we encountered?
The
They're smaller.
Dovregubben, they typically range from maybe 8 to 9 feet.
So not quite as terrifying.
No. The largest trolls, those would be the Jotnar.
Do I want to ask how big they get?
100 feet.
Eep.
Which one?
Yes.
And if I could, again, sorry, this is just my own doing. Could you just refer to them as mountain troll, forest troll, swamp troll?
Of
Because
course.
The names you're using, I'm sorry, they're just they're
Yeah,
not used. They're not a language I normally understand, so it's hard to keep track.
Of course, yes.
So,
Which breed of troll goes to 100 feet?
That would be one of the species of mountain trolls.
And I'm hoping. And you said those are isolationists too.
Not many have seen one of these the Jotnar, the mountain, one of these mountain trolls for many years. I think the last time one was seen was 100 years ago.
Are they... Are they either extinct or are they generally... Are they almost peaceful? Like, do they not range out and search for, I guess, humanoid flesh, or do they just stay by themselves in the mountains eating mountain rocks?
The Jotnar, the mountain trolls, they primarily eat rock, yes. Though they are not adverse to eating flesh, so should the
Opportunity arise.
yes. They are both predators and scavengers.
Are they, by any chance, kind of related to the demon folk, like the mountain folk is to a demon, an imp?
No, not at
Or
all.
are they... Oh, okay. We're just making sure.
Siren's kind of offended. Like, she had this look like... Did you seriously just ask if trolls are related to demons? Like,
That's racist.
dude, that's racist. That's racist. Going in the notes, Nerl is racist.
So, would the gecko then be related to a kobold because you both have scales and smell funny? Oh wait, no, only you smell funny.
Well, actually,
Siren-
yes, they
Siren
are a
does the
very distant
Z-snap.
cousin.
To be
Siren's a-
frank,
does
this
these
whole
now.
place smells funny.
Fuck you.
To
You
be
see-
honest, the gecko is actually a very, very
For-
distant cousin of the
for-
kobold.
For the very first time since you've seen him, a light smirk kind of crosses his mouth.
This is good.
Hey.
So what
So
else is
then-
it you want to know about trolls?
What exactly is a troll?
Well,
Like-
they are ancient beings. From what I can tell, from my research, they are descended from giants from some unknown events. I'm not sure. The texts of these bestiary texts, they don't go back that far.
Huh, so they're a giant-like thing. Okay.
So the forest trolls, upon meeting sunlight, either explode if they're younger or turn to stone if they're older. What about the mountain and the swamp trolls? Do they also have the same weaknesses?
Yes.
Poor
All
mountain
tro-
trolls. Yeah.
All trolls have the same weakness. Thankfully, Jotnar. It seems that, from what I've read, the migration patterns of the Jotnar typically ebb and flow with storms. The clouds give them cover.
Interesting. Is there any other weaknesses that trolls have aside from just sunlight? Like fire, acid, lightning.
Cold. Probably not cold. That would be...
Or at least not for the mountain trolls, probably.
I have heard of certain trolls petrifying when faced with the magic of clerics or paladins.
So radiant stuff.
Sorry,
From clerics or knights.
sorry, just get my own universe's terminology right there.
Glances over at Balthazar. Interesting.
Why are you looking at me?
Because apparently, as rumor has it, these trolls have a weakness to the brand of magic that clerics and knights have.
Perhaps magic of a radiant nature.
Yes, that is what
They don't like
I've heard.
light.
Yes.
Is what it seems.
Food for thought.
Sao just peeks up from
I would not buy
looking
it.
at the land. The Astral Library do hold a variety of various spells and types of magic. Not my finest strong area, but I have read a lot.
I work more with arcane.
You mean like that thing we met? That thing you would call Master?
No, that's a bit more still to the side of the magic wheel.
It still puzzles me.
Hans just kind of raises his eyebrow a bit at Balthazar.
I am a faithful man. He kind of places a hand over his chest. And you mentioned that certain magic might harm them. If I were to show you something, would you tell me if this enchantment would do harm to one of these girls?
Hans takes a couple steps back and then is a pregnant pause for a moment.
Very well.
At first he goes towards the side, and then he stops. Do you have perhaps a butter knife or a spoon, something like that instead? It'd be easier than handing you a real weapon, would it not? More comfortable that way.
You watch as he goes over to this to the cauldron that's on the fireplace, and he kind of takes out a long ladle from it and kind of dabs off the end on the side of the cauldron, then kind of wipes it clean and hands it over to you.
Fantastic. I will grasp it and hold it, and I will stare at it intensely, and just kind of have this beginning of a little bit of a purple magic in my arm trickle up towards it and start to swirl it, starting at a base of purple, the handle, and then it swirls up to a brighter yellow at the very tip, as it's kind of engulfed in that magical aura as I cast what would be divine favor on it. So it is now sheathed in a holy aura that does an extra 1d4 of radiant damage, at which point I will then hand it to him to
It's a
evaluate.
holy spoon.
Takes it, kind of looks over it for a moment.
That, my friend, will be the most deadly ladle you shall ever own.
For another minute. Or however.
Impressive.
He kind of hands
Do
it
you
over.
think this magic would...
Go ahead.
He'll take it back with the question. Do you think this would be a type of magic that would harm them?
I do believe so, yes.
Good. Then I have something just up its sleeve. As he'll kind of do a little flicker of his fingers and some of that magic will still come off. Divine Smite.
You divine smite him while he's holding holding the weapon.
No. You have my ladle, but I have fist. Pow! The all it takes to divine smite someone through a fucking punch.
Ugh.
Okay.
The holy
that, I'll let my-
backhand.
With that, I
No,
will.
this is
just gonna-
this is the holy pimp hand.
Holy. Thou shalt
If
not
anyone-
go against me.
If anyone would have that, Balthazar would.
Without doubt. He's the kind of person that would settle a grudge through a smite backhand.
Ugh.
The world's strongest pimp hand. Anyway, he'll dip the ladle back into the cauldron, and as it submerges, he'll let his concentration on it fade. And lean back a little bit more tired.
Okay.
Well, if they're done with their treatment, I'd like some rest for the day.
Well,
Oh yeah.
are you all hungry for now?
He goes over to
As
the
long as
to
they're
the
not
cauldron.
eating that. He points-
I am
Aaron points
starving.
to Steak. As long as we're not eating that.
Well, and he kind of gestures over to the cauldron. That's you can see from the time it's been cooking, you've been starting to get this I mean, from the time you've stayed in this hut here, you've gotten somewhat used to the smell, and now this newer smell of this kind of meaty stew. It's nothing special, but it's hearty comfort food.
Siren is just gonna be like constantly casting like prestidigitation in the air around her.
Yeah.
So like she's just purifying it so she's actually breathing normal air. Instead of like the
Yeah.
stink.
Fair enough.
So she actually has a sense of taste right now.
Okay. So
Oh,
Oh.
This stuff you put onto me and Sao Yun, what is it?
It is just a medicinal paste that I have developed in recent weeks. It helps to get rid of most life-threatening diseases.
Okay, then let me rephrase it. How did you make it?
I did not write these notes down. Hang on.
Asking the real questions.
I mean, you can just kind of floof it and just have he tells her, and then
So,
just
yeah,
save it for later.
Yeah. So he goes over with you the various processes necessary to sort of make this paste. It involves, pestle and mortar, various exotic sort of herbs found around the local area in various sparse places. I'll send the notes to you.
Yay!
Okay. So this evening progresses. He gathers seven kind of wooden bowls over to you. To kind of gives you all a spoonful of this this pleasantly smelling meat stew. All sorts of meats in like rabbit, chicken. It's nothing special, but it fills you up nicely.
Nom nom nom. Chicken!
Zhao just looks at Hans after having had a mouth. It's been a while since I had. How should I put this? A good stew made like this. Reminds me of field practice. Good times. Good times.
Didn't Ungrim make stew like this before he went off?
He did.
Dwarf mushroom stew.
Well, I suppose if you're going all the way to Dune Hollow, I suppose it would only be fair of me to warm your bellies before you go, and before we fight this creature.
Oh yeah. you'll help with that. Well, at least I will. I have some payback to do.
You can just see Sao sort of zone out and just holding the spoon halfway up to her mouth, just sort of lost in her own thoughts for a moment.
Sal, are you going to eat that?
Yes, sorry. I was just reminiscing of past times.
Oh, want to talk about it, or is it personal?
It's nothing. It's nothing personal, it's just. Well. I was reminded of how me and my brothers would go out and train with the others and cook stew. Generally, just have a good time.
Oh, I see.
You'd be surprised how fast you can build a trebuchet when you have the right people.
I have no idea what that is. Sounds impressive, though.
Sao just laughs. And then just goes, you know how some larger ogres can throw rocks?
Oh, yeah.
A trebuchet is like that, but made of wood. And you
You
can
make a
aim
troll made out of wood?
No. A trebuchet is a device that can hurl a rock like an ogre can.
Oh. You're gonna have to show me one of these days.
I might just build one to show you.
Oh. Alright then. Sounds like a trebuchet would come in handy. As she just like eats a little bit more. Nom, 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 nom.
So, after a while, you'll finish your meals for the night. You all begin to sort of bed down for the evening, taking your long rest. You see kind of Hans sort of standing in front of the fireplace, seemingly lost in himself for the moment. See a finger go up, rub the center of his forehead.
Where that crescent mark is?
Yes.
Oh, I want to ask about that real quick. The, mark on your forehead, what is it, if I may ask?
Looks like you just kind of snapped him out of a daydream, and he looks over his shoulder down towards you, and then his hand kind of immediately drops.
It is not something I am comfortable talking about.
Oh, I'm
I will
sorry
only-
if I made you uncomfortable.
I will only say that it is a birthmark. That is all you need to know.
Yeah, I have one too, and point to the one on my head. Oh, this one just sort of appeared a day. Yeah.
You see what seems to be this kind of look of recognition on his face. He looks down upon your forehead. Almost like there's this sort of this softening of understanding in his face. But he says nothing.
Well, anywho, I'm going to find a place to sleep now.
Kind of watches you go off to bed. His gaze kind of hangs on you for a long moment before it returns back to the fire.
I was earlier gonna ask if I can do like a history check on that symbol and kind of his general appearance to see if it reminds me of anything or if I can.
Sure, make a history check.
On high roll. God damn.
Nope, it's not familiar to you.
I'm too tired. Yep, I'm just gonna chill. What I am gonna do is I'm going to call the skeleton who's gonna come in, and I'm just going to command it to stand guard over us. And our
Hans,
possessions.
as the skeleton kind of shambles into the room, you see Hans just immediately draw a fire poker and kind of stand guard.
Hans, this has been here the entire time. Come now. You didn't seem disturbed when it first joined us.
Kind of.
Just so you know, not everyone is as okay with your magic as we are, right?
No, I understand, but Hans seemed to have some understanding of it. Perhaps I was wrong when I saw that.
Perhaps you just did not simply realize.
You did seem like you were reminiscing in a different place. I didn't mean to startle you if that's what happened.
No. I may have to leave the fireplace on for the night. Leave the candles on as well.
That is fine.
I do not sleep well in the dark.
That is perfectly fine.
Okay. As you all bed down for the evening, skeleton standing guard.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning comes, although it's hard to tell in his hut here. There's no windows. There's no exterior light from the outside. And you all come to consciousness after some time has passed.
Yay, I am not in death agony pain anymore.
No, and as you look down, you can see where you've been laying. There's this kind of this is like a crystallized, kind of crumpled mess of what remains of what remained of this this kind of this infectious withdrawing paste.
Wait, I molt last night? Oh wait, no, right, never mind.
Although there is still the flesh wound and it hurts.
Yeah, it just got rid of the poison. It didn't fix the gaping wounds.
Yep.
Brother, heal,
Yes.
please. Just story-wise, heal.
Gotta-
Seeing as I doubt sleeping would steal up the troll-sized bite wound in my side.
You are at full health because of the long rest, but story-wise, there is still that.
He's gonna poke at it a little bit here and there in the different areas. Well, does it hurt when I poke you right here? What about when What about when I do this?
And with that, Yo punches him in the nose. Yes, it hurts, you idiot.
You take
I
what?
have
You take
-2.
you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage
I see.
from Nero's tiny fists.
Right in the nose. Would you like to poke and prod more?
So I was just looking at those two for a moment and just.
But don't worry. If you don't want me to poke and what, touching you hurt? And that's why
Touching?
you struck me?
Touching
So
the
you
part that was bitten by a giant troll, yes, it hurts. And when you
Fine.
actively do it to
touch you.
annoy me, I'm going to punch you.
I won't touch you for the rest of the day. Does that sound fine?
Just heal me already.
I don't know. I think I might need to take care of my nose first.
You have maids to do that.
By the way, where are the impish maids?
That's a
Yeah, what-
really good question.
What are they doing?
Do they come with us, or are they hanging out back in Port Morkney, or I don't know.
Do we give
Well,
them the
at least
slip?
one of them knows dimensional
Oh,
doors, so...
do stop bickering, Balthazar, and hear her.
I had hoped that we gave them the slip.
Oh, hello again.
You make the oddest friends in your journeys.
This is a troll hunter.
As you go to point out Hans, he's gone. He's nowhere. You don't see him anywhere.
He's fucking gone. The ruse, boys. We've been set up.
Oh.
Have we? He probably just went to either gather breakfast, gather information on the troll, or go kill the troll.
Huh.
Well, with that taken care of, we should plan our day.
Well, we did say we were going to help him kill the troll, weren't we?
Of course. But we should still plan the day.
Okay, any ideas? Because I'm not
Where the hell he went.
Because I'm not really going to make any plans past troll yet. As you know, we may die horribly.
And my thought was to make the plans before the troll.
I assumed that those plans were just prepare for a troll fight.
And how do you intend to do that?
I don't know.
You see?
How-
These
how
are the
troll-
things you should plan.
Now, Troll Hunt is missing. I would assume he would have some useful insight on how to prepare to fight a troll.
Well, again, is there some method of... Is there some timekeeping arrangement or around the room, or... Like, I look to see if there is, like, a food bowl or something to do with breakfast that's still out and possibly maybe still warm.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Perception. Hopefully above a 5. Yes.
Oh, sodding cat. Hang on. I'm gonna have to kick the cat out.
The pussy just won't leave Jenner alone.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do see what looks like an empty bowl of well, you're not sure what was in it, but you do see, well, an empty bowl on the table. Doesn't look like the same meat stew that's kind of been had last night. It's quite possible. 21 there. It's quite possible that he's had his morning meal and probably left.
Okay. Is there any note or anything like that?
There's no notes. No.
Okay.
So he'll probably be back.
Oh, well, I would hope so. He did wish our help in slaying the trolls.
Yeah. Maybe he's out going to try find where it sleeps, seen as trolls are out at night.
Siren is going to get up, and she's going to go to the entrance and just kind of peek her head outside
Okay.
to see what time of day it is.
It's around, probably estimated to be around 10 o'clock.
Oh wow, we slept in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did have a very eventful night last night, so I think we deserve to sleep in a little bit.
You sorry, both in game and in real life stretch. You are quite right. Particularly you, recovering as you are. Right. Let us see.
I'm good now, that seeing as someone finally decided to heal me.
No, I didn't.
Your wounds are
I'm
at
a
least-
petty man.
Your
You're
your
fine.
wounds are at least
Suck it up.
your wounds are at least bandaged, and they do seem
Yes,
to be
they're
recovering quite
closed.
quickly.
Fair enough.
Let's see. So Siren is going to. Do I want to do this? I kind of do.
Do it.
No, I need to check one little thing just to make sure. Okay. I am going to cast another Animate Dead. And I will bring up a second skeleton.
You watch as you're kind of peeking from the outside and you cast this spell. See from the kind of gravelly ground out here. You see this skeletal hand punch up from beneath. You watch this skeleton crawl up from beneath the dirt. And he just stands there before you.
And instantly my scales stand on end.
That would be an interesting look to see. Saren kind of walks around it, kind of inspecting it, and nods like,
It's
that'll do.
very dead, and very
Very-
willing to do
very
your bidding.
Yeah. Okay. And then Siren is going to kind of nod appreciatively and walk back down inside with her new skeleton, who will join the other one against the wall. They'll just chill there for a while.
How long do those last?
Until I don't want them to.
So just looking at Siren with this sort of really here now of all places.
Well, I want it to be ready whenever we go and fight a troll.
Oh, good heavens!
Yeah, she does that.
There are several of those.
Well, that's mighty horrifying.
It gets worse.
Not even
Do
the
you
worst
think
thing I can do.
think?
I will just say this to you, sister. I don't know why, but I have the greatest of urges to smash those skeleton skulls in.
I assure you, you don't.
Yeah.
With that settled, Siren just kind of sits down. And yeah, I guess like Siren will just kind of pull out her book and start kind of reading her book. And
Having one of the skeletons massage her as she reads.
I mean, possibly, but no. She's gonna have it sit there with like a palm frond and just fan her. No, she's just going to basically kind of sit there and read through her book while waiting for homeboy Hans to come back.
Well, I'm gonna go out hunting for some alchemy supplies.
Be careful.
Will do. And I head off.
Okay. So, you make your way out of the Hans's hovel. Begin trekking your way across the fields, which are still fairly muddy from yesterday. You can see that there's not much of a rain today, but it's still cloudy, still grey. Make a perception check, actually.
Perception. 20.
You do kind of as you're kind of tracing your steps out of the hovel. You do notice boot prints kind of leading into the tree line.
I'm going to follow them.
Okay.
Stealthfully follow them.
Make a stealth check then.
I'm still a bit too stiff to stealth act quickly. That's a 9.
9.
Still pretty stiff from being a
So-
meal last night.
99999.
Did Nero go out alone?
No one said they came with me, so...
Okay.
Siren's just like, be safe.
Like,
worst,
I guess he just,
worst mother ever.
Balthazar would strongly insist going against doing that. But if you really want to go out alone, he's not going to save you from being bit twice.
And that's the troll. No, I'm kidding.
Well, does anyone want to come with me?
I don't know. I kind of wait for that guy to come back. I mean, he's the expert.
I guess Granka can.
Now is still sort of exhausted, and she knows that if she's gonna go out and move, it might accidentally spring the wound open again.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I heard Grunka say he'll come with.
Yeah, it's gonna stop looking at the weird eyeballs and follow Nero.
Okay then. Make your way out. You follow Nero, and you also kind of you see Nero points out the tracks to you, and she begins making her way up to the tree line. And as you do, you see the 20 perception, you do hear footsteps, kind of cracking through the underbrush.
I guess I should stealth as well, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Well, make a stealth check if you want to.
Yeah,
5.
just a 5. Yeah, because I assume it's not dimly lit.
No, it's mild out. It's day, but it's very grey.
Can I tell if the footsteps are like they're trying to hide, or are they just briskly walking around?
So they're just walking up to the tree line, just casually.
Oh. I guess I'll follow. Head towards the sound.
The sound of crunching leaves, louder and louder. And you see Hans returning from the forest tree line.
Oh, hello, Hans.
Hello. Yes, did not want to wake you, but I've found it. I have found its tracks.
No, that's an echo.
Oops.
And
There we go.
It turned demonic for a second.
So you found the tracks?
I
Any
need that.
luck finding where it sleeps by any chance?
No, but it does look like they go deeper into the forest. They are fresh tracks. It's gone deeper into the forest to stay out of direct sunlight. We're
I see.
going to have to flush it back out.
If we follow the tracks, maybe we'll find out where it sleeps and able to jump it then. Just shoot little things into its nest while we stay out here in the sunlight.
What I am thinking, the trolls may be dumb, but they are not dumb enough to not avoid sunlight. So what I am thinking is to prevent it from getting into easy cover with the trees. Get close to it and lead it back out into the open tree line.
Maybe. Or maybe if we can somehow bring the sunlight to the troll in an instant.
That
Well, this-
is what I am also thinking. But the output from the sun lantern alone won't be enough to kill it. I mean, it's a especially large Tuslat. Even if I
Well, as he's saying this, he kind of leads you all. He kind of walks back over to the site of his of his hut, kind of to the hollow in the dugout cliff. Kind of lifts it up. Horses are still there, munching on hay contentedly. You also see the all the weird tools and contraptions, rudimentary and simple in design, most of them. Probably, again, used for extracting, tagging, slicing, dicing, skinning, capturing. You see him...
All the thing.
Yes, all the things. You see him kind of wheel out from behind the carriage some kind of 4-foot diameter wooden turntable, and attached to it is some kind of like a pivoted metal arm and a series of cranks and gears. Attached to the arm on the very end is a very large focal lens, about 2 feet in diameter. And he says,
the main output from the sun lantern alone won't be enough to kill it. Even if I magnify it, these two slots going to need multiples. We are to fight this. I may need you lot to keep it busy while I deliver the doses.
Oh, we're very busy keeping things busy. In one way or another. Yeah.
One second. Okay, so he also says,
I think I found an area where we can trap it as well.
May we see it?
Yes, of course.
as he begins to sort of drag this kind of turntable behind him. It's on like a series of four squeaky wheels as well. We go as it follows behind him. You all three of you with hands in front, kind of leads you all along the side of the outer tree line, and he kind of leads you into a clearing that he seems to have found. It's an area about 50 by 40 feet where the land itself sort of dips down like a bowl formation, surrounding on it's like surrounded on all sides by pine trees and small plateaued series of hills, like lined with kind of natural rock slides. See hands wheeling up the turntable, kind of metal arm tipped with a large lens, and he has the lantern in his hands.
Huh. Nice place.
If we can find some way to trap it here, then we might be able to kill it rather easily.
So I do have a question about trolls.
Yes,
How good is this smell?
very, very good.
Could they navigate with just their nose alone?
I have heard of trolls doing so. Yes, that is what led this troll to seemingly attack you. Apparently, it caught the scent of one of your party members while they were. I believe it was checking for one of their horses. A pale white horse, if I'm not mistaken. I caught the troll with it a few days ago. With it half eaten, sticking out of its mouth.
Oh. There would also have happened to have been a black or a dark horse. Would that?
I did not see any dark horse. No.
Well, this possibly clears up one of our mysteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we used to have two horses, Ebony and Ivory. One was rather pale, and the other one was, well, rather dark.
Then I
They kind of went
suppose
missing one day.
I suppose it may have thought Ivory was a treat waiting to be picked up, and also picked up the scent of your one of your orcish friends.
Oh. So it has the scent of Sao Yoon.
From the bickering that I encountered with your friends on the way back to my hut, it must have been one of your other friends. I believe Velen was his name.
Oh. Well then, I'm starting to get a plan, but he may not like it.
What is your plan?
Well, if this troll was drawn to us by the scent of Vellum, maybe we could use Vellum as bait.
Well, that is extremely risky. I must warn you.
We are used to risks. And plus he's very hardy.
kind of ponders for a moment.
Would it be better for me or Sal to be the bait, seeing as he's actually had a taste of us?
I don't know if you're looking to volunteer.
Only if you would.
I just hope you know what you're getting into.
Oh, trust me, I was used as an undercover spy in a cult for what, 3 months, was it? A good amount. So I'm good with this. Yeah, I'll be bait.
I would take it up with the rest of your friends if I were you.
What do you think, Grunka?
Could try.
Alright then. Now we'll just have to see what the others have to say.
Okay. You all eventually make your way back into the hut, and Hans leaves the sort of turntable at the site of this kind of bowl. And the rest of you see Hans, Neril, and Grunka re-enter the hut.
I found him.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I see you have.
Do you want to tell them your risky plan?
You know, we need to find a way to draw out this troll into an area where we can easily distract it so our friend here can do his thing. So possibly suggesting that that we use either me, Sal, or Vellum as bait, seeing as it seems to be what attracted it in the first place, seeing as it caught the smell of Vellum when it ate our previous horses. Oh yeah, I found that out, by the way. And possibly me or Sal.
Did we actually discover that last session?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know.
Ah, well,
True, you weren't here, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So, Vellum, Sal, or I could be used as bait to draw the troll out, seeing as it has had a taste of me and Sal, and it was the smell of Vellum that attracted it to us in the first place, apparently.
I remember him saying he wanted to go investigate the horses. It was not such a wise idea. Now he's led a troll to us. But we cannot use Vellum. We are under contract to protect him. We cannot put him purposely in this kind of danger.
Which is why I'm suggesting myself, seeing as I kind of don't want to put Sal in that risk again.
Could die.
What's new there, then?
Very well. I approve.
If it's something you wish to do, it's not like we can stop you.
And what about you, Sal?
Given the circumstance, neither of us are really fit for being bait. But if it comes to it, I'd rather it be me than you.
Well,
I have the body mass to take a bite better. But you might accidentally bite you in half.
Yeah, but I also have some magic that would help me not get bitten in half. An argument could be made either way.
I fear to say if it bit you, little one, it might swallow you whole.
Then I'll just have to carve my way out of it.
We
Well,
can't hope that
what
you
happens
could.
if you try to cough it and it dies? You'd be stuck inside stone for probably the rest of a very short life.
Then you'll just have to make sure its mouth is open.
Hmm.
Or one of its mouths. What's the digestive tract of a troll like? Especially when it has several heads.
The heads have no digestive tract. There is no esophagus, so to speak. Only the central head has the esophagus.
Ah.
It can taste with its other two heads, but it cannot swallow. The heads are just growths. They are protuberances.
Well, I still
So
say
if
that.
you're-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so if you're gonna be eaten by one of the outer heads.
No, you'll be eaten by the central head, or possibly swallowed.
But we don't want them swallowed. I guess if it's the outer head, they'll just chew. That probably wouldn't be beneficial.
It would not.
So just don't get eaten.
I would prefer not to, but I do have ways out if that does happen.
Or I can think of a way out, but it will take some time. And you don't want to do that. So instead, how about we just plan to not be eaten? Sounds good, yes?
Well, yes, but that doesn't solve our issue of how to draw it out then.
Is
You
there
say-
anything else that the troll could be attracted to?
Well,
troll.
certainly scent. The sight of a troll, it's does not have very good. Well, Tusla trolls in particular have not very good depth perception. With the one eye, they have very poor eyesight, so they mainly rely on smell. Think if we are to lure it out with the scent of one of your friends. Ideally, we should all mask ours. Make sure it only gets one scent.
Sao looks like she's thinking heavily and then just looks up at Han. You say they rely mostly on scent
Yes.
to find. Would it be possible to knock one unconscious if, say, an overpowering smell hit them?
I have not heard of that happening to many trolls. What is your suggestion?
Well, a component of gunpowder is sulfur, and it has a quite strong smell if it's purified and refined correctly, should I mention.
Trolls are very much used to foul smells. I am not sure if sulfur would do much. It might interest the troll, but might not knock it out.
You know, I just thought of something, Sal. And it's still something that you can do to benefit. You have that gust of wind, yes, where you create a breeze and a flow of air.
I can do both a light breeze and a heavy wind, should it be. Why?
Because with the sense of smell, we wouldn't actually have to have someone, or I guess the bait is an appropriate term, we wouldn't actually have to have them near or within the cave. You can just blow their scent into the cave and he'll follow the trail. Would that work, Hans?
What cave you speak of?
Oh, sorry. I was writing.
She
and
was
looking
just
at stuff.
assuming that the troll lives in the cave.
That would be the Dovregub that you are thinking of.
Ah,
They like to make They like to make their burrows in mine shafts.
where does the forest troll make a home then?
Typically in thick under the thick canopies of some forests. Normally, if the canopy of a forest is thick enough, you will most definitely find Tussalat.
Okay. Well, in that case, that would make it even easier. Just have Nero's scent blown through the trees, and eventually the troll will likely catch it and come running. We can even set up an ambush point.
How far can you blow this breeze?
I can usually make a small one to reach maybe 10-15 feet, possibly more, but from there I would need stronger winds to reach farther.
The tracks that I found go much deeper into the woods. It is possible we may need to go in there ourselves to find it.
In a worst case scenario, I can probably blow a wind up to 60 feet. But by that point it would be too much of a focus for me to go any further.
Unfortunate.
You say troll's eyesight is poor. Their
Yes.
sense of smell is keen. What about their sense of hearing?
Average at best.
So if they happen to hear the cries of a wounded or in pain or vulnerable individual, would that possibly bring them running? Or at least exploring?
If you could make this sound within ear range, yes.
Oh, I think we can. And if not, we can definitely make it loud. Sound always seems to carry a lot further than you imagine in these.
That is true, yes. That is an option.
Sal sort of motions to her gun and just goes, yes, sound do travel a lot further than you think.
Ah, I see.
Have a thought. What if we were to take one of these scented individuals and say, boil their clothes in a bath, and we were to bathe in their scent? Would we all then smell like that?
You may have some remnants of your previous stench, but if the scent of this clothes is strong enough, then yes.
We just have to have Vellum exercise for a while and have
No.
strong scented clothing.
Which also brings me to another point. Do any of you worship angels?
Nope.
Siren just kind of
Kinda.
raises an eyebrow at this.
Where is this going?
A troll. To a troll, the scent of an Angelus's blood is very much, could say, a delicacy.
Well, if
Can smell it even through their skin.
well, what about a magic user with strong magics?
No. Not the only blood that is the only blood that a troll can pick up very easily is the blood of an Angelicist.
Hmm. I see.
Does not matter if you
Very
do or do not believe.
interesting.
If you have heritage in your family, then they will pick up on that as well.
Well, are any of you guys related? These guys? These things?
Brings the question. What of us? Gestures to himself and then to Siren.
Not that I am familiar. Does not seem they pick up on the blood of demons. No.
Very well.
So what is your plan?
Sorry, what?
Our plan.
So what is your plan?
I would say that I myself prefer not relying on using our own blood or the blood of allies, into bringing out the trolls, but I would rather us simply draw it out with sounds, just I personally, and I think you as well, can amplify our voices to carry for quite some distance. So if the troll were to hear our voices, I feel like it would come looking for the source of a potentially easy meal.
That is possible, yes.
If we wish, we could combine the two, just a little bit of blood splattered around here and there of the crying individuals. Might bring it in further. So that is my suggestion.
A good plan. We could do that quite easily. If we were to... Yes, if we were to set up a small trap, the bait of a small amount of blood from the bitten individuals, fortunate to use, the divine powers of Thor. Create a very loud creak. Something that would be heard throughout the forest by many things. It should then come running. I think that would be very effective.
Very well. Should give time to prepare. We must wait until nightfall when the troll is active.
Oh, does it normally sleep during the day?
During the day, it is typically either asleep in its petrified form, When it comes night, it becomes active. During petrification, during the day, this is a natural process aside from the natural process of dying. This is hibernation. When a troll is hibernating, typically any disturbance can pry them out of their shell. Though during the day, it is quite possible it might retreat further into the forest.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess we shall. We can use the day to set up our ambush point.
Very well.
Okay, so what are you guys doing to prepare?
I guess we need to find a good clearing. First things first. Drunka.
Yeah.
We need you to find a good clearing.
Oh, okay.
What about the clearing that you found?
That
Wouldn't
is
it
one-
work for this?
That is one place we could fight it. Yes.
Gonna check if I can find something. If not,
Okay.
oh, just gonna go with that. Let's see. Be a nature check, I'm guessing.
I would say make a survival
invest-
check.
Survival. Right. That's actually better. Yeah.
19. Okay. So you do as you guide everyone out of the hut, kind of for the next few hours, you all gather along the edge of the forests, kind of trekking your way along, trying to find any other such place. You do find a few similar clearings to the one Hans discovered, though it's further ways away from the original one. Again, the landscape around here seems to consist a lot of these kind of high rocky cliff sides going, kind of dipping down into the forest. Kind of lining trees lining around the outskirts of these kind of bowl-like formations. There is a small cluster of hills which you find, and there's another bowl formation as well. Lots of hills in this surrounding landscape here. Although this one looks very, very confined. As in, it's not. It's smaller than the one you saw before. It's quite possible you may be able to trap the troll in here quite a lot easier than the previous one. And I'll try point out on the map whereabouts this would be.
Alright.
Give me a second. I'll post the link in the chat. So that little alcove there.
Oh, that's really small. Okay. Let's see. Which map is that? Is it the
That's the Maylands map.
is it the one that's a bit drawn on?
No, this would be the original Mayland map.
Right. Ah, I think I see it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's where the clearing is.
Yeah, that's where you find a better clearing.
Alright. Well, I will go back to the others. I will show them.
Okay. So Grunker kind of talks to you, kind of retraces his steps, and he describes this smaller clearing near the forest.
Yeah. Better clear.
All right.
Well
So,
done.
Let's see. Can you describe this? Can you describe it again real quick for me?
Yes. Okay. Hang on. So, it's a small clearing surrounded on half of its side by the outline of the tree. The outline of the forest, and on the other side there's this raised sort of plateau of rocks that kind of curves upwards from like this sort of gradual kind of natural ramp that goes around the edge. I'll just draw it. Screw it. Okay. And this sort of tree line carries on a few miles. And so I'm going to just draw this geometrically here. If that makes sense.
Okay, so this is the forest, and so there's the clearing. And what's that kind of moon crescent-shaped thing in the middle?
That
Is
would
the
be
plateau?
that would be the cliff.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it basically goes up and around this way. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
That's like a bowl or a crater in the center.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, so you come out of the forest and it's like flat, but then on this side it kind of a ramp forms up into a. Okay, so cliff. Are there boulders up top?
It's kind of surrounded by boulders.
Okay.
Oh boy, I can't wait for those to fall on us.
I mean, only if we.
I don't see any of this.
Wait, what?
You don't see any of Janner's drawings?
Nope.
Try and
Why not?
refresh.
Are you? Yeah, refresh. Are you at the cottage?
I'm at the cottage.
Oh, robot.
That might
There we
explain.
go, there we go.
That might explain it.
Rabbits. Bunch of rabbits.
Ribbit.
Whoa.
There you go.
I'll try refreshing the purge.
Hold on, I also took a screenshot. Give me a second. It is in D&D 1. Oh, of course it fucking... God, I hate paint sometimes. Oh well. Like, you obviously want all this white space. Like, no.
That's why you get I think it's called Giazo.
Yeah, but fuck Yazo.
Oh yeah, I use yeah, Yazo.
We
Yeah,
just
that's it.
always had a very small default white square.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
See, because that's we got this
There you go.
bad
There you
boy
go.
I see.
to chunk. Easy peasy also records video. For like 5 seconds.
I just use the fucking clipping tool that is native to Windows 7.
Windows 7.
Okay,
I mean, I do-
so that's the area that Grunker describes.
Yeah.
Looks like well, it sounds like it may have been some sort of very, very old quarry at some point, but it was then kind of lost and abandoned.
Right. I mean, this does seem like a good place. How tall is the cliff?
It's about I will say, looks about maybe 10, 15 feet.
Okay. So it'll go up to, like, the troll's waist. Because he's like 30 feet tall. Okay. Good to know. Still, it confines him, like, to a small place. It gives us, like, tactical height up and below. It allows for the range to, like, we can sit. Get rid of that, and I like that arrow because it actually makes it a little bit more 3D. But so the ranged can sit like back up here and be out of troll range, like reach, where like all the melee can stay down at the bottom and attack legs. So the cliff offers a barrier, kind of a corral, so it separates ranged from melee. And if he decides to walk up, hey, then we can slide down maybe, or jump. Who knows?
Push it back down.
Or that. That's very true. Gust of wind.
Gust of wind.
So yeah. I don't.
My thing is, with gust of wind, I can make everybody in that line make a strength save or be pushed.
And the thing is big, so it may be good saving it with strength.
True, but it might roll low. You never know. So yes, that is kind of a general gist of what I'm feeling. Does anyone have anything else they wish to add?
I don't really have any objections.
No, I really.
I think that's pretty good so far.
Because that.
I will just say one thing. I'm feeling kind of sluggish already, so
Yeah, do we need to stop? Or
no, it's not.
this thing a bit
Not
calm?
something
Is
like
this in
that. I'm
character
just
that you're
gonna be
talking
a bit
about?
slow. No, me personally.
Okay.
I might be a bit slow on the trigger, so you have been warned.
Okay.
Those
we-
puns.
we could so we'll say that as the day progresses, you will prepare yourselves for the possible coming battle with this troll. And night has fallen.
It is time.
Alright. I feel like it's a good little battle map we got going.
Yeah.
Green is still...
My only concern is that the troll's gonna be big enough to reach the range boys on the...
Maybe. But
Okay, so you're all on the pine forest, yeah?
yes.
Right.
I'm still on the splash screen.
I'm still on the map. And I was muted. But as I was trying to say to myself that it's probably good that we stop now, because I don't think, like, you know, we can't really start this fight without finishing it in time anyway, so yeah. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Jane.
Hey, darkness.
Yeah. Darkness.
Spooky forest.
Darkness. I'm not even there, so I'm still on the splash screen.
Spooky scar skeleton.
I physically dragged your name onto the pine forest. I don't.
Well, on my screen, I still see Shadows over Malin Chapter 2, Session 28, Journey to
Fuck's
Dun
sake.
Hollow Part 2.
That's weird.
No, that's
Are
a
you
title.
Yeah, are you sure? Because... Are you sure it's not because it's some weird stuff with the second token, like the old token, still there or something?
Whoa,
It's got nothing to do with tokens.
Okay, you're Neril, are you on the wizard tower?
I'm at the Wizard's Tower.
Stop being at the wizard tower, we need you here.
Okay.
I'm reading on trolls.
What about now?
I'm in creepy old forest.
Okay, good.
It's so creepy.
Right. So. Hang on. So, night comes, and you all venture your way out to where Grunker described, with both Grunker and Hans in the lead. And you do see this what looks like a long abandoned small quarry almost that's on the edge of this forest. Looks as though it's been heavily overgrown with flat floor, just kind of grassed over, and it's kind of moss and all sorts of leaves and other foliage just kind of creeping up the walls. Looks like it's been here for some time. And you see Hans kind of wheeling up this turntable with the lens on it, and he's got the lantern as well.
Okay,
Yeah. He leads you all down into this quarry, and kind of sits his turntable off to one side.
And he says, "So, are we ready for the hunt?"
I am.
After this, we can be.
Very well.
And he kind of opens up his coat and pulls out what looks like a few yellowish greenish bars of what looks like well, you're not sure, and he kind of hands over each one to all of you.
What's this?
And I'll get out the handout.
Huh.
This is a bar of troll stink.
Yes.
Hey, thank you. Troll stunk.
I like the E at the end.
I like the fact that this is basically the opposite of a soap bar.
I also like there's hair in it.
Ew.
So is it called a troll stunk?
It's called.
Really?
He's as you ask him what this is, he replies,
This is Trollstunk.
Oh.
I would recommend, if we're going to fight this troll, if we are not relying on smell, those who are not, the rest of us should use this to keep us hidden.
Okay then.
I really don't like this.
But Siren's using not scent. She's using sound, so she doesn't need to use it.
I don't like this.
your revulsion is very quiet, Atlas.
Just means you'll have to
There
have
you
your,
go.
just means you're gonna have to have your maids wash you off when we're done with this.
Oh no. Why do you have to make it worse?
Because I thought I was
They
making
do
it better.
behind the ears.
I don't.
Okay. So, as those of you who need to, spend the next couple of minutes stinking up, kind of rubbing it in your armpits, back of your neck.
Get behind the ears, Balthazar.
Yeah. Grind it against the horns.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, at
So
least
for 24 hours, you all smell like a troll.
Yeah.
You are very
Hooray.
foul smelling.
Hooray.
Not often you get ass in a bar.
It's a lot more than an ass.
Yeah, but it's, you know, not much worse smelling like a troll's ass crack.
what about a dirty
still
troll's
sure.
ass crack?
What's the difference?
Well, I mean, dirty even by troll standards.
Trolls don't have standards.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's the plan. We do this as quick as possible so I can go take a bath.
I can prestidigitation you once we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing
I
you're
don't
gonna
Able to work that.
Prestigia punch me in the nose, so I think I'll have Siren do it.
I only punched you in the nose because you jabbed my wound.
Wanted me to check it and heal you. I had to properly examine it first.
You didn't have to examine it before.
Different.
Hans,
Not really.
Hans speaks up.
When we go in, keep your guard up. If one troll's gotten this far east, there's no telling how many others there could be.
There are more trolls.
Hmm.
Right, stay behind me. I'll take point.
So, marching order.
I guess I'm gonna be up front as a melee boy.
Yep. That will be left to right, and right is front.
I can't drag my little token out without it being my little square icon.
Oh,
I
right. Don't know what's happened there.
Are you? Quick question. Oh, I want to check something. No, it's weird. Usually if you did that.
It's like, is your icon the square picture that you see under the your party, or is your icon actually the image?
Mine's round.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, mine-
where are you pulling your icon from? Like, are you doing it from your character sheet, or are you doing it from the list?
I'm doing it from my character sheet, but my character sheet
Yes, sir.
is a square image.
Yeah,
Yes, that's your
well,
problem. You have to do it
that's
from
the wrong
character-
place. Check the
Yeah.
indie one.
Yeah, the journal.
That's where you're supposed to pull it from.
Oh, from what?
Numpty.
This is your party.
I mean, you should just have that. It shouldn't be your party, but yeah, sure.
But
Yeah, you can just pull it from your
Yeah.
character.
There's 2 of him now.
would you look at that?
And
Hello,
that's-
Yes.
hello, hello.
Goodbye.
He has learned.
Like Narcissus, he just can't help but stare at himself.
So
I-
Hans is leading.
Let's see.
Yeah. I guess Grunka would be leading with him, right? That's what we said.
It's a
That
melee boy.
that was
I would-
that was when you were trying to seek out this quarry.
Right. Well, Grunka is a melee boy, so he should probably be
Okay.
in front. He's the most
I
melee
will-
of the boys.
Yeah, are we? I mean, we're just going to the quarry, right?
No, you've gone to the quarry. Now you're going into the forest.
Oh, to try to draw it out. Okay.
Yes.
Do we need everyone to go to draw it out? I guess. Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Depends on who wants to go in.
All right.
Honestly, I think it's a better idea to send the fast boys to draw it out and move it back, while the rest of us kind of lay in ambush.
I'm fast.
How fast?
40 feet.
35.
Okay, faster than me.
Yep.
If that's the case, I'm gonna hang back, and I'm gonna
Okay.
get into ambush position.
I want to have my
And
two
I
solutions.
actually don't have to worry about difficult terrain.
So
Mm,
everyone
nice.
who's
Skeletons
hanging
doing their
back,
thing
just
up on the cliff.
stick your tokens up here. Just to be safe. Is Velum still watching? He listening even.
I think he fell asleep because I just dragged him from AFK.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, I have a feeling he has fallen asleep.
Yeah.
He wasn't feeling too well, so
Ambush zone.
Poor guy. Ambush
Okay.
zone.
So Hans and Grunka are in the lead. Neril is going to head behind.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
Affirmative.
So we'll say for the next half hour or so, you three venture into the pine woods in the pitch black of night, with only your dark visions to guide you, Neril and Grunka.
I have very good dark vision.
Yes. And strangely enough, for a human, Hans has no torch. Apparently needing no light to make his way through the brush. Kind of stepping over outcrops of rocks, hooked roots that have twisted and unearthed themselves. Only the briefest of dappled light from the twin moons finding its way through the thick, kind of low-hanging canopy. The ground eventually does give way to a steady slope downhill into the fog. Hans lifts his hand and motions to stop.
Stop.
It's near.
Start to smell the air.
Yeah.
But you don't smell anything aside from damp leaves and earth, accentuated by the cold night air.
And probably troll stunk.
And probably troll stunk, yes. And Hans sniffs the air a bit more.
It's headed east.
And he points down along the hill, presumably to the east. It's difficult to tell, to get your bearings when every part of this forest looks similar to one another. Then Hans begins trudging off in the direction he pointed at a brisker pace.
I guess we follow, unless he told us not to.
Doesn't seem to mind if you follow.
Follow
You,
we do.
You will continue through the forest. I need you all to make a. I need both of you to make a survival check.
Survival.
Yes.
Survival, okay. Would let's see. I assume Outlander wouldn't give anything.
8.
Right, Janer?
Sorry.
Outlander wouldn't give anything for this, would it?
Can you ping Outlander again?
Let's see. I'm not sure I have Outlander. I have Wanderer as a thing, but let me just check up Outlander.
Outlander is the background name. Wanderer is your feature.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so just ping that feature then.
Right.
Just remind me of what it does. See if the context is general layout. Okay, so it's nothing to do with tracking, so to speak.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Just the general layout of the land.
Yeah.
So this would be a standard roll. This wouldn't be for with advantage.
Yep. Okay. Survival, you
No.
said.
Yes.
11.
11. Hans rolls a 17.
Go Hans.
Ooh.
So, Hans kind of stops, puts his hand up, and kind of looks off into the distance for a moment. Then his eyes kind of widen, and he beckons both of you forward.
Creeps up next to him. What is?
You see him kind of point over towards the trees, and you can see, you see what looks like a few trees that may have been bent slightly aside, a few large branches snapped here and there, and he points out to you. And then you remember back to the moments before you encountered the troll, hearing trees snapping and creaking. He walks up to some of these small details, and again, he's continuously pointing this out towards out to you as he's discovering this. And you walk up to these small details, examine them closer. There's a distinct, pungent smell aside from the troll stunk, which hits your nose. You see on the side of the bark, as he points it out, some of these tilted trees, a slimy, oozy, greenish, yellowy substance.
Ew.
As you look back to some of these other trees, you kind of back up and tilt your head, lining up a section of the forest, and you can now clearly see a path of bent and broken trees and branches.
Guessing you went that way.
It would seem so, yes.
As you continue to make your way through the forest, another round of survival checks.
Survival. 18.
18. Oh,
That's 20.
Much better this time. Nice.
Yeah.
So, with a nat 20, you see both of these, Grunker. You see parts of the forest undergrowth where the ground seems to kind of dip and then come back up in places a couple of inches. The wet leaves here are squashed flat.
Strange.
So you kind of take a few steps back. There, you can now see the entirety of this. There is a clear footprint here. Large sole, heel, 4 toes, and it's about 4 foot long from heel to toe.
So, unless there's a really, really big grunker walking around, that's a troll footprint.
Mm-hmm. And then Nero kind of brushing past some of these twigs and ducking under some of these long branches. You feel cold sensation of water dropping on your nose. But then you smell copper.
That's blood. Right?
Would I be able to figure out what that is?
See the you see this sort of there's not much rain coming through the canopy here. And you see kind of Neryl's little bit surprised reaction here. And you kind of brush her nose with your finger, kind of look at it. There's a red smear on the tip of your finger.
Fresh, I take it?
Raspberries.
Very fresh.
No, Grunka. Blood. See? Smell it.
Oh.
Another drop on your snout, Neryl.
I'm going to slowly look up as I back away.
You look up and you can see what looks like a furry shape held aloft by a series of trees, kind of large intersecting branches through the canopy.
Oh no. What is it?
Make a nature check.
Oh, just seeing if I knew what it was. Okay, nature.
I see that. I see that as well.
Grunker, what's that?
Grunker looks where Neil is pointing, and I guess make a nature check.
Yeah, make a nature check.
Nope.
It's difficult to see, but it's not moving. There's
Mr.
a.
Hans.
Hey, I'll have him make a nature check as well. Here, hang on. So 12. He's better. So he kind of looks up, squints his eyes a bit.
I am not sure. From what I can see, it appears to be some type of wolf. It's hard to tell without the head.
Hmm.
But what I do know, it's hunting. Tusslad usually store their food up in the trees, where the other scavengers can't get it. Looks like it's saving this one for later.
Can we poison it?
I don't know. Possible if you have poison on you.
I have a way of doing it.
This is quite high up in the trees. Can you climb?
How high in the trees is it?
Looking up, looks about 20 foot, about 20 feet up.
Hmm. You know, I could just cast Infestation on it.
Okay.
Sure.
I just cast Infestation on it. So,
keep-
unless... Can you ping the spell?
Yeah, just ping the spell.
Let's see here... Nope, that was not me peeing it. How do I ping it?
Hang on.
Look it up.
I shall look it up.
Infestation. Where is it?
So the target must pass a Constitution save or take 1d6 poison damage. I'm slightly higher level, so it's 2d6.
Oh, is
Okay.
it
So there's no Constitution.
check.
There is no
What is it
Constitution.
from?
Save because it's dead.
Yeah, and it's apparently headless, and it can't move because it's dead and headless.
As Nirl is doing that, Grunka is digging around in his backpack and pulls out some what I assume now is just purple mush from what was the glowing purple mushrooms that we found in the caves.
You pick it up and it just straight through your hands. It's awful.
Oh. Goopy.
And it just adds to the foul smell of troll stunk.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see that.
Yeah.
Can I mix this with my bloat root and get something interesting?
Sure. You've got was it alchemist tools? Was it?
Yes.
Okay, just
alchemist supplies.
Okay, so just roll your alchemist tools for me.
13.
I mean, you make something foul. You probably don't want to eat it.
Well, it is partially bloat root.
Oh, that's not what you do with a mushroom. Just an angry dwarf.
I mean, it's like this weird kind of purple brownish mush that you've kind of together.
I'm gonna have to test
And
this at some point to see what it is.
And it's just kind of slopping through your fingers.
Okay then. I'm ready to move on.
Okay. So Hans kind of points through the to the kind of bent and broken trees, and he says,
Looks like it went this way.
and he leads you further into the forest.
Off we go.
The pine trees here kind of start clustering together more densely, and eventually the canopy seems to block out the moonlight altogether. And once again, Hans raises up his hand.
It's here.
Has anyone ever told you you have a nose like a dog?
Doesn't seem to pay much mind.
Also, Jenny, I should throw away the mushrooms now from my inventory, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Since actually, Neril, just get rid of the bloat root as well, and just add bloat shroom.
I'll remove one of the.
Add bloat shroom mush.
I just have potion. I just have it down as potion mixed with bloat root and purple glowing mushroom.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
I have
enough.
one more left.
So Hans says, kind of puts a finger to his lips.
Don't want to give ourselves away just yet. Your plan was to make a noise, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
Very well. I'd probably get into hiding now. Ken.
I need everyone to make a stealth check.
Yeah. How are the lightings? How are the lighting in here?
Dark, I'm guessing.
Dark. So you would very much have advantage.
Yeah. 20.
Nice.
25. Wait. What happened?
Nope.
Oh. Siren.
Wait.
I was just messing around.
She
Siren
appeared out of
hides on the
nowhere
cliff.
just to vanish.
Siren hides on the cliff.
So Hans rolls a 17. So you were all hidden. At least you think you're hidden.
Ooh.
Well, we're hidden as much as something that smells like troll can hide.
Mhm. Yeah. A moment passes. And another moment passes. 10 minutes pass. And there's a growing anxiety as you sit here still within the underbrush. This deep, dense, dark pine forest.
Quit now.
Right.
Hang on, Chrome's being slow here. Not the best time. Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna have to hop off now because my headache is getting progressively worse.
Okay.
Alright.
Like, it feels like half my brain is trying to explode out my skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go get some rest. The VOD will be up for you.
Yeah. Don't try and get us killed.
Too late.
And I have like 20 more minutes until I am like have to get off.
Right, we'll be done before then.
Hope you feel better soon, Ducky. Oh, but I... Yeah.
So you feel a short quake in the earth.
Oh.
It's coming.
Another short quake in the earth. Then you hear a distant bleat.
A distant yeet.
A distant bleat.
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 Like a duck?
Like a
Not like a goat?
I've never known a duck to bleed. Have you been in the realm of insanity too?
Place actually.
It sounds distressed. It seems to be coming from the east.
Can I see what's causing it?
Make a perception check.
Perception. Yeah. 25.
So, there's a familiar pungent scent which hits your nostrils. Then you feel more brief tremoring. You hear the long grass rustle next to you.
We'll work in less than an hour, so you better get up and
Then another tremor. Footsteps.
I'll be back.
Hang on. Defoe. Damn it, Chrome. Get to the good bit. Yep. So. There's a... yeah. You hear cracking trees. And then grunting. It's like snorting and snuffling. It's like... Then you see a large cluster of pines around about 100 feet away through the forest move and sway. And you some sort of enormous, top-heavy, 20 to 25 foot tall shape. But sodding. Hang on. Fucking doorbell.
Whoa.
You hear the doorbell. Oh my god.
Right, fuck it. No. Yeah. Okay. Some sort of enormous, top-heavy, 20 to 25 foot tall shape move through them. Long, trunk-like legs. And you hear the bleating even louder now.
The goat. Save the goat.
And you see another shape struggling in its hands, the distinct shape of a goat. and the shape seems to look at it. And it raises what looks like its arm. And then crunch! It slams the poor creature into the ground, silencing it in an instant. Then you hear it bite into the belly once it looks at it again. And it stands.
Right, you gotta fucking move it.
Then it kind of stands back up and rustles around in the canopy, apparently to leave it there for later. Then it continues walking through into another cluster of trees, disappearing from sight. You still hear and feel the footsteps, and the snuffling grows louder. Stomping grows louder and louder. You look around to see where it's coming from, but you see nothing but densely packed trees. The swaying of the pines from the breeze makes motion difficult to track. Make a perception check, Kronka.
Perception. 16.
Okay. Footsteps come to a stop. I'm gonna have Hans roll for perception as well here. Damn it, Chrome. Rolls a 22.
Nice.
Hans kind of puts up a hand and finger to his lips. Gestures towards you and Neril. And points over to a nearby tree. You see a massive hand come down, scratching at the bark of the tree. You look up, follow the tree trunk. That's not a tree. It's not a tree at all.
Uh-oh.
Warty, bulbous skin that blends in almost perfectly with the surrounding bark. You see a towering leg that stretches up for 12 feet, narrowing at the hips, covered in dense, mottled and tangled fur. A few leaves caught in it. You see a long tail bent in place from the misshapen growths over its flesh, tipped with a tuft of fur. The creature's hair grows sparser as it grows up the torso. You see the rest of the creature clearly now through the canopy. Massive, top-heavy torso that looks as though it's had tumours growing over it throughout its whole life. Sparse hair, kind of matted, clinging to wet and warty dark brown and mottled yellow skin. Some of the growths look like branches or small birch stumps growing from its hunched back. Then moving independently from one another. You see 3 misshapen humanoid heads, lumpy and twisted, their large, long and bulbous noses sniffing the air, trying to get a scent of this creature's next meal. The brows of the left and right head are large, hiding whatever lack of eyes may lie underneath them. In the forehead of the central head is one large bloodshot eye which darts around rapidly. The smell is awful, and the sight of the creature in its entirety is even worse. It's going to make a perception check with smell. With advantage.
Wouldn't it be disadvantaged because we're stacked?
Oh no, that this would be. So, hang on. It would take well. So any. Sorry, let me recheck this. Made at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
This is true. In that case, rolls a 14 instead. That was a 14 and a 20.
Nice. But I think everybody paused the stealth check.
Mm-hmm. So, the troll continues on. Still sniffing at the air, trying to get any sort of semblance of what this brief new smell was, which then quickly vanished. Stops again and smells. Still nothing.
So, if Nero were here, would they start kind of moving back and leading the troll back to the ambush?
I'll say, why don't you take control of Neril here for a moment?
Okay.
I will briefly open up Neril's character sheet for you.
Oh, okay.
If I can, if it'll let me edit. Fucking Chrome.
Fucking Chrome. Goddamn fucking Chrome.
Goddamn fucking Chrome. Okay, there you go.
Alright. Okay. So, with that, okay. Let's do the... Okay. Going to, I guess, how far away is the troll?
The troll now, as it stands, is currently about 15 feet away, and it's kind of slowly trundling off, trying to search.
Okay. In that case, going to. We can't outrun it, obviously. How far have we come into the forest?
I'll say you've gone pretty far into the forest, actually.
Okay.
About Let me check the map here actually. Just get an accurate measurement. So I should have done the key for the distance here. So on the world map, that's 300 miles. Translated, that would be, so Mayland is 300 miles. That would be, we've gone about half a mile into the forest, I will say.
Okay.
Actually no, maybe like quarter mile actually.
Okay. Okay. Neural. Hold on. Let me see if I can do a neural voice. I don't think I can. Guys. No, that's horrible. Anyway, I'm sticking with it.
It's a try.
Guys, we should probably go back to the group now. Yeah. We need to get it to follow us for the ambush.
Yeah.
And then going to start slowly moving back away.
How do you propose it follow us?
I'm gonna scream as loud as I can.
Okay.
And he looks down to Grunker.
Be ready.
So we're gonna go like a good healthy distance.
How far away are you going from the troll?
So, oh wait, Nero doesn't have thaumaturgy.
At this point, it's going to make another. It's going to make another perception check with disadvantage.
Right.
As these three heads kind of snuffle at the air. It's a 16 and a 22.
Okay, so
Yep.
16.
Yep, still didn't find us.
Okay. Holy shit! How does Nero have that many fucking like proficiencies?
Hmm?
Wow. Just Nero only has 4 skills she's not proficient in. Sorry, 5. That's I don't know. Anyway.
She probably took the proficiencies from her secondary class.
Don't think you're supposed to. That's beside the point. Going to. Okay, well, fuck. Thaumaturgy, not having thaumaturgy makes this a lot simpler. Siren should have come with. So
That's your own fault.
Going. Yeah. Well, I thought Nero had thaumaturgy. She said that she could use it. So Siren's going to. Nero's going to, when they're about 6, because how loud is the general area of the forest? Like, it sounds almost like it's raining, but I don't know if it is. Is it like a general quiet?
It's generally quiet aside from the stomping of the troll.
Okay, so about 100 feet away, Nero's gonna be like, and then just like scream as loud as possible, and then just like take off running. So you hear like this little just slowly like fades as she like starts running.
Okay, you see the troll immediately stop.
Yep. Well,
One by one, all three of these heads look over in Nero's direction.
No, help me! Oh god, I'm hurt!
And then just running full speed.
I guess Granka follows.
Seeing this small morsel ripe for the picking makes out a loud roar and begins barreling towards Nero.
Yeah, she actually does scream.
Ah! Oh god!
Right.
So immediately Hans just goes,
Lupin, damn it, run! Run it!
Oh, yeah, it's running.
so I need your marching order here. This will be more of a running order than anything.
Well, I mean, Gronka is the fastest, so he will probably be the front sooner or later. Also, he knows the way back, so...
Yeah, he'll eventually overtake Nero.
Yeah,
She'll
and
let Gronka lead them back because he has that, like, picture-perfect memory of...
yeah, he knows where he is and where he is going.
Okay, so Gronka's up in front, kind of rushing back to the group.
Yep.
I need you all to make an athletics check.
Athletics.
Because you're sprinting from the troll at high speeds.
That's it. Don't have advantage at this because I'm not raging, I guess. So, yeah. Yeah. Just normal. So 13.
13. Okay. Hans rolls a 15. That's a 16 for Nero. So you're just barely kind of keeping out of the reach of the troll. And running kind of back up this hill, it's no easy feat, but the pumping adrenaline causes you to work through it, no issue. You see Hans kind of these resonating growls and tremors of the troll's footsteps growing louder and louder. It's going to try and make a swing attack at Hans. He is at the back. Well, that was shit.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, you see the troll's fist. You see the troll's fist just narrowly misses his head, and it's like you can almost feel Nero, the air kind of leaving a small vacuum as it swings past, kind of crashing into a nearby tree, toppling it over like it was absolutely nothing.
Nah.
And Hans just yells over to you,
Go!
as he
I'm running
kind
as
of
fast as I can.
as he swings around, kind of holding the lantern up, and he's going to roll attack with that. No, that's going to be an action, isn't it? Let me just double check what it does. I've done this plenty of times before. I should remember. So yeah, 60 foot radius of light, almost blinds you, Gronka.
Oh. A good thing I'm in front of him.
Amidst this bright light, the troll kind of shields its eyes and shrieks out loud. And it kind of stumbles, and it's going to make another attack. This would be at a disadvantage. It's got multi-attack. That was a natural fucking one. Oh, I'm running shit now. Yep. Another fist just goes straight over Hans's head, crashes into another tree. Again, this resonating thunder of the troll's footsteps and the distant roar as you eventually find yourselves emerging back out into the clearing. So, give me
seems
one.
our plan worked.
Give me 1 second here. So, who's on that battle map?
Battle map.
Not I.
Shit.
Still on average zone. Oh, there we go.
So, you all watch Neril and Grunker kind of darting from the tree line.
I'm still on the woods.
Oh, balls. You hear the distant thunder of the troll's footsteps. Right, Chrome, why you got to do this to me? All fixed?
Yep, I'm on a bell map now.
So you now have now have a moment to sort of prepare yourselves.
All right.
Well, out comes the sword.
You hear the troll approaching in the distance, and you see kind of brief flashes of sunlight through the trees breaking.
Take out this specially made pommel by Arth Smith's Vellum, and now's the time to click that fucker in place.
You're putting on the pommel.
Putting on the pommel in the gym. I can get this thing set.
Okay. Just kind of bring this soul stone closer to the sword. The eye of the crossguard kind of creaks open. The slitted eyeball kind of rotates around towards the soul stone and widens, and so you try to press the soul stone into the claws of the pommel. For the first time, you watch them crack and move. It always seems to try avoid grasping it.
Oh no.
Seems to want to reject it for some strange reason. And for the first time, you swear you hear in your mind this hissing sound. Not from the voice you're familiar with, but from the thing in your hands. It seems reluctant to touch the soul stone.
That's not good. I don't have the magical know-how to know why.
Sure.
My foil is planned by one stubborn boy.
Your foil is planned.
My plan's foiled. My foiled plan's foiled.
Yeah, it's all crackly and silvery.
Eventually, Hans kind of bursts through the tree line, lantern in hand. Stupid. And he kind of shouts to all of you.
Ready yourselves! It's angry!
Alright. Guess I'm gonna take up a ready position.
Okay.
My sword.
The trees crack, the pines creak over and collapse. Birds are disturbed from their nests and take flight into the night. A crack of lightning sounds. And
Oh. Heavy rain.
as the thunderstorm gathers, there, bursting through the foliage, is the Tussalat troll in all of its horror, as it rips a nearby boulder from the ground with its immense strength. Takes one look at all of you. Vicious, greenish yellow drool and red blood hanging from its maw. And it shrieks.
And attack.
And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Yeah.
Great. It's gonna fucking kill us.
Nah, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine, says man who is quickly not fine.
Okay, you're all at the splash screen, yeah?
Nope.
Nope.
Fuck. I don't know what's wrong with this.
No.
Also, yeah, this should be a good troll model.
Yeah, it's a nice control.
Yeah. Did real good.
I'm gonna also say that Nerl is like running back here. There we go. Now I'm back at the splash screen.
Yeah.
There we go.
So. Behold your foe.
Yes.
Spooky.
He is big, and I do not like him.
It's a large fella.
Tall.
That's where we will pick up next week.
Oh god, yeah, that's not right. Hero added.
There's even, yeah, I don't even know how. Like even adding other things, like I have no
Jesus
idea.
Christ, what the fuck?
Yeah, like even bards don't get that much proficiency bonuses.
Yeah, I don't think.
Like
Not
given her class, her race, and her background, and she has 1 feat, she should have like 5. So I have no idea how she has more than double the amount of proficiency she
I only have 3.
Yeah. Wait, do you only
I
have 3?
remember it was an
Yeah.
issue before. Are her hit
I have
points?
athletics, perception, and survival.
Her hit dice are at 32. So, yeah.
Yeah, I get athletics, and well, I get 2 from Barb, and then I get 1 from being an outlander,
Okay.
and
Do,
you know,
do
that's it.
goblins get any?
I don't think goblins get any proficiencies.
Okay.
Don't think so, at least. Right, Janer?
Well, let's check.
Yeah, I don't see anything. You just get like Dark Vision, Fury of the Small, Nimble Escape. Ability score increases.
Okay. Surprised you wouldn't get like stealth. Well, I guess that's the nimble escape. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
As a door.
shit.
Yeah,
That's
as
a
a,
lot of perfect.
yeah. I mean, I get like Belong in Darkness as a Deep Dweller, so
Yeah, though that disengage or hide action as a bonus action is really nice.
yeah. But yeah, so speaking of that, so that means that if I would go like Ranger, I wouldn't get the proficiencies that you get from there. 2. Or 3.
You get some of the weapon and armor proficiencies. You don't get the skill proficiencies from your multi-class.
No, that's a shame.
Yeah, the only way to do that is to multi-class rogue or bard, because they actually have class features that give you proficiencies.
Hmm. Oh, well, I guess I only have 3 proficiencies forever.
I mean, you're technically learning to get a proficiency from Neural. You're learning to be proficient in
Medicine.
yeah, medicine. So it just takes a while. Like you can learn every single proficiency if you want, but it just takes time and money.
Yeah.
And which makes sense because, as goblins are wont to say, time is money, friend.
Yeah.
A WoW reference for people who don't know.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Time is money, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's probably what she must have done.
It happens.
Is everything else alright? Like, I know she had like a stupid high AC for some reason at some point.
I don't know.
Now I'm actually
Yes.
kind of curious.
6. I mean, everything seems okay. 32 hit points. As long as she, like, as long as she didn't add max hit points for having first level, quote unquote, I think it should be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, make sure to check the stats as well.
Everything looks good. Let's see, 18,
Skills
7.
were messed
She
up.
has a 7 in strength. I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah, no, she's frail. I remember that much.
Good constitution though. Wisdom.
I remember us talking about her hit points.
16,
Yeah.
16, 16, 8, 8, 12.
She has 7, 18.
Right,
15,
I will
13,
stop the
16.
stream here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.